Greetings and welcome. Now, my previous video was on Rishi Sunak and his disdain for the homelessness and poor people in this country. And the video done quite well. I got quite a few views on it. And generally when that happens, I get a lot of different viewers come to my channel. A lot of people that have never watched my videos before. And more importantly, a real slice of the political spectrum. People from different sides of the political spectrum will come and watch my video. And I always encourage that. I always welcome that. I always enjoy it. Go on then, you've gone. You might as well finish. I always encourage that. I always enjoy it. I've always wanted to try and solve this political divide that we have in this country, because it's so bitter and it's so fierce, and all we ever seem to do is just argue with each other on Twitter, and it's always futile. When have you ever persuaded anyone of your argument on a Twitter feed or a YouTube comment section? It doesn't work. And I always enjoy when people come to my channel who have different politics, because it's always good to just hear different people's opinions. You may not agree with me all the time. I have loyal subscribers that have actively said they agree with about 10% of what I say about, but they enjoy hearing different people's opinions, and it's interesting to find that 10% of agreement. That's what I want to talk about here, is looking through the comment section of that video. There is one single thing that does unite working people in this country, and that is the fact we all hate the Tories. That seems to be the common sense. I have never actually had any pro-conservative Tory party comment on any of my videos, really. Plenty of pro-reform and stuff like that, but everyone seems to be united on this one fact, that the Tories are terrible. They have done a terrible job of running this country over the last 13 years, and they have to go. That's something that's uniting us, and that's encouraging for me. I think that is encouraging. It's a start. It's certainly a start that we're united on this one issue. Of course, the next question becomes who takes over, and that's an area that I for another day. But the other overwhelming comment that I got on that previous video was this one. So many of this comment, tons and tons of the same comment, basically, you know, we're able to house asylum seekers that are coming over, people that are coming from different countries. We're able to house them and find housing for them, but we can't house our homeless population. Currently about 280,000 people in this country are homeless at best estimates. And again, I don't care where you sit on the political spectrum. I don't think anyone can argue with that. I mean, it's obviously not right, is it? It's not right that we're finding housing for people that are coming from different countries, and we can't house our own population. It's not right. Of course it's not right. No one can justify that. You can't. So what I want to do for the rest of this video, I really want to try and be unbiased and just state the facts about this topic. You know, anyone that's watched my videos, they know where I sit politically, but I just want to just look into this and look at the facts. So immigration this year, record high, nearly 700,000 net immigration into this country. And if you dive into the stats of that figure, you've got about 33%. I'll put the figures on screen. I'm driving. I can't remember the exact, but I know it's about 33% that have come here to work, about 39% people that are studying, and it's around 9% that are claiming asylum out of that 700,000 figure. So it's a small amount. But my first question that I have when I look at those stats, 33% of that are here to work. They're paying tax. They're paying national insurance. They're buying goods. They're paying VAT. Also on top of that, migrant workers have to pay about £2,000 a year for their NHS cover. And let's be serious, if they're young, healthy migrant workers, they're not using that NHS on themselves, are they? That £2,000 should be going on granny's dialysis, or, you know, something like that. People here that are studying are paying an awful lot of money here to study. They're paying tax, they're buying goods, they're paying VAT. So my first question is, where is that money going? If we've got a massive increase in immigration, the overwhelming amount of immigration into this country, we just saw the stats there. Like I say, I'm only showing stats and facts. About 80 to 90% of the immigrants coming over here are tax-paying citizens, working, buying goods, paying tax. where is that money going? We should have a big pot of money. If immigration has increased that much, where is that money going? It's certainly not going into public services. It's certainly not going into housing, into NHS, is it? So where is it going? Is it Tory donors' pockets? Is it lucrative contracts for Tory donors? I need to get in this lane. That's my first question. Second question is, have the Tories instigated this problem on purpose? It's another conversation that I've had a lot in my comment section. There's no justification for the way that the Tories have run this country over the last 13 years. No one can point out any significant good that the Tory party have done since they've been in government. All we're seeing is record high homelessness, NHS in tatters, education system falling apart, housing crisis, the way that we deal with asylum, public services cut to the bone, asylum processing, staff cut. Everything was cut by the Tories. That's why we're seeing, record backlog of asylum claims, because we ain't got the staff to do it. There's no justification for the way they've run the country over the last 13 years. So are they specifically orchestrating this problem with migrants, putting migrants up in hotels, pumping the media, the Daily Mail, the Sun with this, so people will have somewhere else to blame? They have no justification for the way they've run the country over the last 13 years. So let's put all the blame on mass migration. It's not our fault. We can't control it. They're flooding in. They're flooding in their droves. We can't deal with it. The problem is the migrants. It's not the fact that we've completely the country over the last 13 years. It's migrants. Blame the migrants. Blame them. And then we might have a chance of winning the next election. It's not our fault. It's mass migration. We can't cope with it. It's not the fact that we've let this country cut public services in this country to the bone over the last 13 years. Our asylum processing is in tatters, the backlog is huge. Blame the migrants. That's my second question. But going back to how I started the video, we need to move back to get this political divide back together. We need to unite in our hatred for the Tory party. They are where all our problems lie. I don't care if you're anti-immigration, if you're pro-immigration, if you're pro-helping asylum seekers. I'm not interested in that right now. But we have to understand that all of our problems boil down to 13 years of a Tory government. They can deal with migration. It's not a herd of people. We looked at the stats. We saw the stats. 9% of our immigration stats are asylum seekers. And of course, even that is higher because of Ukraine, because of Hong Kong, 9%. It's a manageable figure. And, it's not... That is where the Tories want all of our focus. That's why we're seeing so much emphasis on this Rwanda bill, and it's taken up all the focus. That's where they want everyone's focus on, is Rwanda and migrants, because we're not blaming them for the absolute disgusting government they've been the last 13 years. Let's unite on that, people. Let's unite. That's my last word for today. If you enjoyed the video, click a like, and if you haven't subscribed, you can subscribe up there. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you very much for coming on board. You can watch another video. I'll pop one up there on screen as well. Till next time, take care.